Welcome back to our channel, History Enthusiasts. Today, we delve into the extraordinary life of one of history's greatest conquerors, Alexander the Great. Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more fascinating historical content. Now, let's dive into the incredible journey of Alexander the Great. Early years. As we delve into the early chapters of Alexander's extraordinary life, we find ourselves transported to the cradle of ancient Greece, Pella, Macedonia. Born into the royal lineage, the future conqueror entered the world in 356 BCE, destined for greatness. Raised under the watchful eyes of his father, King Philip II, and his mother, the formidable Olympias of Epirus, Alexander's early years unfolded in the historic capital of Pella. In the embrace of Pella's rich cultural tapestry, Alexander's education became a cornerstone for the epic journey that lay ahead. Guided by private tutors, the first of whom was the stern yet influential Leonidas, Alexander's young mind was steeped in a rigorous academic regimen. From mathematics to literature, and even the art of war, Leonidas instilled in the young prince the values befitting a noble and the skills necessary for leadership. At the tender age of 7, Alexander's education took a martial turn under the guidance of Lysimachus of Acarnania, one of his father's esteemed generals. The young prince learned not only the art of combat but also the demeanor befitting a noble. From mastering the lyre to honing his equestrian and hunting skills, Alexander's formative years were a meticulous blend of intellectual prowess and physical dexterity. The turning point came when, at the age of 10, Alexander confronted a wild and untamed horse that even his father, King Philip, deemed unrideable. Displaying remarkable determination and perseverance, young Alexander took on the challenge, earning not only his father's pride but also a symbolic steed named Bucephalus, a companion that would ride alongside him into the pages of history. But education at the royal level did not stop there. At the age of 13, Alexander's intellectual horizons expanded further when his father enlisted the services of none other than the legendary philosopher Aristotle. Nestled within the hallowed halls of the Temple of Nymphs at Mieza, Alexander, along with other royal children, imbibed Aristotle's teachings in religion, morals, philosophy, art, and logic. This education was not merely a personal investment. King Philip, in gratitude for Aristotle's tutelage, undertook the restoration of the philosopher's hometown, Stagira, and emancipated all its enslaved inhabitants. The foundation was laid, the die was cast, and Alexander, nurtured by the wisdom of the ages, stood on the precipice of a destiny that would echo through the corridors of time. Challenges and triumphs. As we fast forward to a pivotal moment in Alexander's adolescence, the pages of history unfold a chapter marked by challenges and triumphs. At the age of 16, the young prince found himself thrust into the crucible of leadership as he was entrusted with the governance of Macedonia during his father's absence. The weight of this responsibility was not merely symbolic, it was a tangible demonstration of King Philip II's trust in his son's abilities. As the regent of Macedonia, Alexander faced an array of challenges that tested not only his mettle but also his strategic acumen. Rebellions sprouted like weeds across the kingdom, each threatening to undermine the stability that King Philip had worked tirelessly to establish. Undeterred by the tumultuous circumstances, Alexander approached these challenges with a blend of diplomatic finesse and military prowess. The young regent exhibited a keen understanding of statecraft, negotiating with disgruntled factions and employing a judicious mix of conciliation and force to quell dissent. His ability to navigate the intricate web of political intrigue and maintain the unity of Macedonia spoke volumes about his leadership potential. It was during this period that Alexander's military prowess began to shine through. Facing external threats and internal discord, he not only held the kingdom together but also orchestrated decisive military campaigns that not only suppressed rebellion but showcased his strategic brilliance. These early triumphs on the battlefield were harbingers of the military genius that would later characterize his conquests on a global scale. The culmination of these challenges and triumphs was a transformative moment for Alexander. His father, King Philip II, returned to witness not a kingdom in disarray but one that had been not only preserved but enhanced under the stewardship of his teenage son. The admiration in King Philip's eyes was not just paternal pride but the recognition of a capable and visionary leader emerging from the crucible of adversity. Little did the world know that these formative experiences were but a prelude to the epic saga that awaited Alexander, the young regent who, at 16, had already proven himself a force to be reckoned with, setting the stage for the grandeur and conquests that would soon captivate the known world. Assassination and ascension. The trajectory of Alexander's life took an abrupt and tragic turn in 336 BCE, casting him into the crucible of power at the tender age of 20. The shockwaves of this transformative moment rippled through the annals of history, leaving an indelible mark on the course of his destiny. The untimely assassination of King Philip II, Alexander's father, thrust the young monarch into a vortex of political turmoil and internal strife. In the wake of his father's murder, Alexander found himself not only grieving a personal loss but navigating the treacherous currents of Macedonian court politics, where loyalty was often a scarce commodity. Faced with a kingdom in disarray and potential threats lurking in the shadows, the newly anointed ruler had to swiftly consolidate his power. The court intrigues were as deadly as they were intricate, with rival factions vying for influence and power. Alexander, however, proved himself a master tactician not only on the battlefield but also in the Machiavellian world of court politics. Aware that his ascent to the throne was accompanied by whispers of conspiracy and potential usurpation, Alexander took decisive measures to eliminate any perceived threats. The swift and, at times, ruthless removal of those who questioned his legitimacy sent a resounding message throughout the kingdom: Alexander would brook no challenges to his rule. Yet, amidst the political machinations and consolidations of power, Alexander faced another challenge, one that transcended the intrigues of court. The mourning period for his father was cut short as external threats loomed on the horizon. The specter of rebellions and ambitious neighboring states eyeing the perceived vulnerability of the young monarch tested Alexander's mettle once again. In the face of these challenges, Alexander exhibited a blend of strategic brilliance and unyielding determination. The swift suppression of rebellions and the deft diplomacy employed to neutralize external threats showcased a ruler who, despite his youth, possessed an uncanny ability to navigate the complexities of both internal and external power struggles. The assassination of King Philip II may have been a tragedy, but it was also the crucible that forged Alexander into a ruler who would not only withstand the storms of adversity but emerge stronger, more resolute, and destined for greatness. The throne, stained with the blood of betrayal, became the seat from which Alexander would launch his epic quest to conquer the known world, a journey fueled by both personal vengeance and an unquenchable thirst for glory. Military campaigns, host. Now, let's delve into the heart of Alexander's unparalleled saga, the relentless sweep of his military conquests that reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the ancient world. From the thunderous clash at the Battle of Granicus River to the protracted sieges of Tyre and Halicarnassus, Alexander wielded his sword with strategic brilliance and tactical mastery, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of warfare. The Battle of Granicus River in 334 BCE marked the beginning of Alexander's foray into the heart of the Persian Empire. Against the formidable forces of Persian satraps, Alexander's audacity and military acumen shone through. The victory not only secured his foothold in Asia Minor but also sent shockwaves across the known world, establishing Alexander as a military prodigy and a force to be reckoned with. The arduous sieges of Tyre and Halicarnassus tested the limits of both Alexander's ingenuity and the endurance of his troops. Tyre, a formidable island city with seemingly impregnable fortifications, stood as a testament to the challenges that lay ahead. Undeterred, Alexander orchestrated a remarkable naval campaign, constructing a causeway to connect the mainland to the island, ultimately overcoming the seemingly insurmountable defenses. Halicarnassus, another bastion of resistance, witnessed the convergence of not just military might but also cultural clashes. As Alexander faced entrenched defenders, including the famed Persian queen Artemisia, the city became a crucible where East met West in a collision of arms and ideologies. Yet, Alexander's ambitions knew no bounds. His campaign surged ever eastward, encountering the formidable King Porus in the Indian subcontinent. The Battle of the Hydaspes River in 326 BCE was a testament to the tenacity of Porus and his forces. The elephants of the Indian army, towering on the battlefield, presented a unique challenge that demanded innovative tactics from Alexander. In the face of such resistance, Alexander's indomitable spirit and strategic brilliance prevailed once again. His conquests, fueled by a vision that transcended mere territorial expansion, sought to unify the diverse cultures under his rule. As the dust settled on battlefields spanning continents, Alexander's empire stretched from the shores of the Mediterranean to the vast expanses of the Indian subcontinent, leaving an indelible legacy that echoed through the corridors of history. Join us as we unravel the intricate tapestry of Alexander's military campaigns, where each battlefield bore witness to the clash of empires and the forging of a conqueror whose name would echo through the ages. Challenges and revolt. As the dust settled on the vast territories conquered by Alexander, a new chapter unfolded, one marked by the weariness of his army and the brewing discontent within the ranks. The triumphant return to Persia, a land now under his dominion, was not met with universal celebration. Instead, it became a crucible where the clash of cultures and the strains of prolonged warfare manifested in unforeseen challenges. The weariness that permeated Alexander's army was a consequence of years of relentless campaigning. The soldiers, once fueled by the fervor of conquest, now found themselves yearning for respite and a return to familiar lands. The sheer magnitude of Alexander's conquests had taken its toll on both the physical and mental resilience of his troops. Compounding these challenges was the adoption of Persian customs by Alexander himself. This decision, while perhaps an attempt at fostering unity and governance over the diverse cultures under his rule, sowed the seeds of discontent among his Greek generals and soldiers. The stark contrast between the Hellenistic traditions they held dear and the unfamiliar Persian practices sowed discord within the ranks. The Greek generals, who had stood by Alexander through the triumphs and tribulations of the campaigns, now found themselves at odds with the evolving identity of their leader. The adoption of Persian dress, the incorporation of Persian nobility into the court, and the introduction of Eastern court rituals became flashpoints that tested the loyalty of those who had marched with him from the shores of Greece. Legacy and mysterious end. Host. Alexander's legacy is marked by unprecedented military achievements, but his story took an unexpected turn. In 332 BCE, at the height of his power, Alexander died suddenly, sparking speculation about the cause. Was it excessive alcohol consumption or something more? Closing. Host. And there you have it. The incredible life of Alexander the Great. A saga that has unfolded across the annals of time, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. As we bid farewell to this mesmerizing journey through the life and times of a conqueror whose exploits have echoed through millennia, let's take a moment to reflect on the enduring legacy he bequeathed to the world. That is the end of our adventure. If you enjoyed, drop a like, and subscribe, and farewell, till our next adventure.